Good morning and welcome to episode 28 of Looking at Stamps. And I know you're expecting the 1960s decade of the Celebrate the Century stamp set. But today I wanted to do something a little bit different. I've been listening to a lot of podcasts lately and I came across a podcast by Laura Tremaine called 10 Things to Tell You. And her latest episode is called 10 Favorite Things Right Now. And she asks her listeners to talk about their own 10 favorite things. And since a lot of you have been asking, I decided to share with you my 10 favorite stamps. Sort of. I kind of cheat a little bit. So here we go. Number 10. Fish and water creatures. I've always loved water and all water creatures, whether it be fish, squid, whatever. And I'm drawn to this particular stamp because of the color palette. It's a very Caribbean color palette. It's called Aquarium Fish, and this is Scott number 3317. Next, number 9 is balloons. I know this is a favorite of many of you as well. I particularly like the odd size and different shaped stamps. It's still one of my favorites, and this is Scott 2032 to 2035. Now here's where I start cheating. Number 8 is more of a theme rather than a stamp, but I've always liked children designed stamps. This particular stamp set is called Stamp in the Future. It's got 3414 and 3417. And the one common theme about all children designed stamps is they're all colorful. They're just absolutely sunshine on a stamp. And this particular stamp set was designed by children between the ages of 8 and 12 in 1998. And there were over 120,000 entries, and these 4 designs were chosen. Number 7 is also a theme. Public service announcements, or PSAs. I've always been impressed about how stamps can highlight social issues and causes. Being an orphan, this one has always been a favorite of mine, and I've always thought that this particular stamp set was very touching, namely adopting a child, shaping a life, creating a world, building a home. And the design and color palette is a favorite of mine as well. So this is Scott 3398. And number 6 is here where I cheat again, and by combining 2 topics, cats and dogs and PSAs. This is the Animal Rescue stamp set. It's a set of 10 different stamps featuring animals that are actually adopted from shelters. And these are the 10. So you get 2 sets of 10. And this is Scott number 4451, 4160. Come on, look at those animals. Who could not love this particular stamp? Number 5, once again, I cheat and combine 2 themes into a single stamp. Flags and Statue of Liberty. Living in New York City, I'm constantly attracted to the Statue of Liberty. It's one of my favorite sites in the city, and combined with flags, the other thing that I collect, it's a win-win situation. So this is Scott number 3966. Number 4 are lighthouses. As a child, I used to dream of living in a lighthouse, and I hope to still someday. I chose the Gulf Coast lighthouses because I grew up in Texas, and I actually used to visit this particular lighthouse. So this is 5th in a series of 8. This is Scott number 4409 to 4413. Number 3 is cranes and Japanese themed stamps. Here we have 2 crane sets. This is Scott 2868. This is the 29-cent stamp. Comes in 2 color palettes. The green, the mint green, and the pale yellow. And the other is the 3-cent stamp. the Wildlife Conservation Stamp, and this is Scott number 1098. The crane has a special meaning in Japanese mythology. It symbolizes loyalty, joy, good fortune, and peace. And it's believed that when loved ones die, their souls ascend into heaven on the backs of cranes, which is why they are usually always depicted flying skyward. And once again, this is Scott number 1098. Number 2 is probably not a surprise. I've mentioned this before, and that is the Old Beautiful stamp set. Scott number 5298. It's just this color palette makes it so versatile and so useful into anything that you may want to use it in terms of postcards, envelope color, themes, you name it, and you can probably use the Old Beautiful stamp set. And number 1, and I'm sure this is absolutely no surprise to anyone if you've been paying attention, is trains. This is the All Aboard train stamp set, Scott number 3333 to 3337, and this is the new issue, the 2019 issue of the Transcontinental Railroad stamp set. And that's all we have for this week. Have a great day. I'll talk with you again on Monday, and we'll get back to the 1960s decade. And if you get a chance, you should listen to Laura Tremaine's podcast, 10 Things to Tell You. Bye-bye.